Hello. Hello. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day, I guess, today. Hello, hello. I have returned. We spent the weekend in Missoula celebrating our anniversary. So I am so happy to be back. I'm exhausted. Got back. It was beautiful weather for the first time. It's been so yucky this year. And so I had to do some gardening after we got in the house and saw the girls. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like tomorrow I have lessons, music lessons, and it's our last lesson of the year, the school year. So I do summer lessons, but they're set up a little bit different. And so I try to close up our season. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything. Our season, and in the process of closing up the season, I do like to give a gift to all my students usually. I've done different things, and this year I've been wanting for a couple years to make backpacks for my kids, or bags or backpacks for my kids. And so I found these like canvas bags. Hello, Rhonda and Maria. Hello, hello. Happy Memorial Day. I found these on Amazon. If you need a link, just put bag down below and I can get them to you. They are canvas. They're a little on the thin side, but I wanted something big enough for their music binders. I put everything into a binder, and then that's how that's how we do it. And they're supposed to bring their binder back. But this year I noticed that all my guitar, I have 5 guitar students, and my guitar students do not bring their binders in. So if you are coming on in, say hello. Thank you, Rhonda, for saying hello, and Maria. I appreciate it. If you are watching on the replay, don't see that live button right up there. That means you are watching on the replay. So put hashtag replay on there and I will know you were here. It helps me out. So the first thing I'm doing for this bag is I put a mat in it. If you've been kind of watching here, I'm putting the mat in, and then I'm going to put this on. I don't have to do any sort of like, any sort of prep to it. I don't have to fuzz it or anything because it's going on fabric. So these have been random music bags. So I'm just kind of doing like a random sort of graphic art type of bag for them for a gift. And the bags ended up costing me, like, I got a dozen, I think for about $20 from Amazon. And they're perfect for this because I needed something less than $2 a piece. I don't need to spend a lot. I have, however, in the past got them. Wonder which way it goes. I have gotten them. This one I'm actually, I should put this in the middle, right? I have gotten them usually, like, because my challenge to my music students every year is if they learn. Okay, I'll get that to you, Maria. No problem. If they learn 40 pieces in the school during the school year from September through May, every time we check one off, I write it down. If it's 2 pages, they get count for 2 songs. 3 pages, 3, whatever. It's usually when the younger kids are there. It's not, it's one at a time. But they usually get 2 or 3 every lesson. But anyway, I'm like, it says 71 on my heater, but I think it's just because from the day. So needless to say, then what I do is everybody gets like a Hershey's bar for their end of the year when I did recitals, but I haven't done one since COVID, the plague. I haven't done a recital since then. Of course, I couldn't do them during the COVID times. But I had it about at the middle. I'm measuring. Can you believe it? Not my thing to measure. I stopped during COVID, and honestly, it's so much work and so much problem. And I would have like a certain amount of my kids drop out. Parents get anxious. Kids get anxious about recitals. So I've just kind of decided to let it go and not do recitals. But I carried over at the end of the year, like last year, I gave everybody, regular size Hershey bars for completing it. But this year and last year, I almost did the bags, but I just didn't get my act together. Kind of like I am right now, putting it together at the last minute. Because lessons I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 tomorrow night. So I want to get these bags done for them. Kind of wish I had. Ooh, I should do cowboy boots. All right. I'm mostly doing a music. I thought this one that I'm doing tonight, this one right now for my second student of the night tomorrow night. I already had one done. So if you saw that one, I did it in blue. This one, her favorite color is purple. So the only color I have is this fig. If you can see that, I don't know. It's kind of dark in here, so I apologize, but it's like it's called fig. And it's as close as I get. It's not as pink as my Marvelous. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Her favorite color is fig. You do want that ink mat in there so it doesn't bleed through. So I've got that in here. And then I'm just going to do some random things on here because like I said, I thought I had a guitar or on one of my transfers and I seem to not. I don't even remember if there was ever one. I just thought the new music ones that came out in the spring, I thought they had guitars, but they have just about everything else, everything except that. I guess there's no drums. So anyway, I have like 5 guitar students. I'm just going to do the best to make it look musical, personalize it, and they will have a bag for putting their music in. Okay, so I put that back in, and I do them all in the same color. So check your fingers before you go on to peeling because you don't want to do it. Oh my goodness, that is so perfect. Isn't that good? I'm excited. I'm excited every single time. I've been using Chalk Couture for 6 years, and I'm excited every single time that I peel to reveal. I'm just shocked every time that I can do it right, that looks good. Okay, somewhere around here, I had an A. Her first initial is A. And this time, I'm going to dry it a little bit before we go on. So I do not want it peeling up, and that looks so perfect. So anyway, this is my plan. So this is a guitar student. Purple is her color. I know it looks a little bit pinkish, but it is a little more purple. I could make my own, but I'm not even up for that. I'm just trying to do this really quick. I'm letting it go if it's not perfectly done. It's okay. I think I might do my next two. I have 2 of them that come together. It's a grandmother and granddaughter that come together for guitar. And because I don't have a guitar, but they're also cowgirls. So I think I might put a cowboy boot on there. I might do that. So stay tuned. I don't know if I'll get these done tonight because, they do take some time, and I can't just go from one color to the next. I have to make sure I dry them or wash them off in between colors because it's ink, it's permanent. We'll see. I have to get at least 1, 2, 3, 4 done this evening at some point. All right, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just folding it not to the sticky way, but to the upside of this so that I can find the center and kind of eyeball it. You could measure if you wanted. And then I'm just going to line this up. This is the A. This is our monogram. I don't even remember what it's called. Oh, yeah, modern monogram font. And so it's pretty cool because it has these tall, skinny ones and then these short, squatty ones. So you could put like their first and last name like could overlap together and somehow they work together. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't gotten that far and I don't have enough time to really figure that all out. So I'm just going to start out, just put their first name initial on here. Isn't it fun to get things that are personalized for you? I think that's going to be the fun part. And I did go through when I had lessons last week. I'm like, okay, we're going to have our last lesson. What's your favorite color? So they're like, why? I'm like, you'll have to wait and find out. It's a surprise. And my one and ink seeps through and it feels rough on the inside. Yes. Maybe you might have too thick of ink. Yeah, too thick a coat of ink. It doesn't take a lot. It might be your fabric too. Like some fabrics bleed more than others, like a sweatshirt. It's not going to bleed that much, if at all. This does because it's a thinner fabric, but that's fine. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. This part of it, it totally comes off this. Take it to the water. Could be pressing to, yeah, don't, you want it to like show up, but you don't have to, I don't know if it's pressing too hard. I've never noticed it feels rough on the backside, but because like this is done, this is white, it goes through the other side for sure, especially that teal part of the hummingbird, and it feels soft. And this has been washed and dried because this is an old t-shirt. I actually put it on because I thought I already have some other stains on it, so it's okay. I am having a great day. Got back from having an anniversary away with my hubby, all by ourselves. No children. We left our girls, our 13-year-old and 17-year-old, home alone. I had a few people kind of check in randomly. I told them they better behave and do their chores because people might be checking. Our neighbor guy messaged, said, could I go pick get some of those strawberries out of your garden? I said, sure. The girls are home. I know him pretty well. He's my son's age and graduated. They were graduated together. They were both homeschooled. But anyway, I said, sure, go ahead. But while you just knock, let the girls know you're there because they might be afraid if they look out and see someone in the front yard digging. Just let them know what you're doing. And I said, and then make sure you ask them if they've done their chores yet. I told them, oh, thank you, Tarina. I appreciate that. Okay. I told him that I was going to be sending people randomly. That was an unexpected send. So I think I've got both of these transfers that just came out this spring. This one's called Big Band and the other one is called All That Jazz. There's no guitars. So I'm kind of stuck that way. But I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm just looking at, see what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and see this right here. This has all the letter names, bass clef and treble clef, and I'm going to use just that. Heat set it with the iron. Oh, washes a few times, it will soften. That might be too. Yes. I've never noticed that. And I will admit, I'm super like anal retentive about feels and things like looking right. So I feel like if I thought it was a problem, I would notice. Okay, so maybe I'll put this across the top. Sorry, that kind of just went in front of it. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking so hard I didn't even pay attention. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to put this across the top. It's the letter names, treble clef and bass clef on the staff with the letter names. And then hopefully this will show through. So you just to wash the ink off your transfers, you want to take it to the water. It doesn't need to be any chemicals whatsoever. It washes right off. In fact, I'm finding the ink is really coming off these new transfers super easy. Super easy. So it practically doesn't even have to be wiped with a board eraser. Just comes right off. Right, that's what I'm planning to do. Is just a general. I feel bad because I really would. They're not going to know. They won't know that I did pianos on the piano students. They'll just know they're getting a music bag. And then I've got some encouraging words too that I can add to it. So I've got that. One of my piano students, he just graduated. So I'm going to maybe do class of or something like to that extent on it for him. I don't know. I actually don't know if he's coming back or not. He might come back this summer. I'm pretty doubtful he'll be back in the fall, but you never know. Doesn't sound like he's going far. He's not, not far in life. Not that he's not going far in life, but it sounds like he's staying in town and taking a job. All right. Hopefully I think I maybe hit a little bit above, but I didn't. And it's okay. It's not like I will hold this up so you can take a look at this. It's not like perfect. I'll put that back on as best I can so it's not bleeding everywhere. Let me show you that. So you can see that little lines. It's not absolutely perfect. I could go back if I would have taken a little more time. But to me, it's kind of like doing, like doing my own blueprints, right? And I'll show you too the inside. It does kind of go through, especially like where that is. But I don't think it's really that thick. Maybe it's just like it is. Maybe you put it on thick, and then when you iron it, it sort of solidifies on there a little more than usual. Okay, I think I want to use these letters. I love these letters. Or I could put every dream begins with a simple wish. Or should I do one of these? You are enough. Make today awesome. I really like the make today awesome I did on the other one. What do you guys think? Should I do make today awesome? Although these two might actually know it. Or every dream begins with a simple wish. Wish or awesome. Which do you think I should do? Tell me what you think. Oops. I'm looking at some other ideas. Awesome. Okay. They're cousins, actually. The one I did last. They're playing different instruments. Maybe I'll do it right up under here. Again, I'm going to get a little full crease in it so that I know where the middle is, because these are evenly spaced, and I'm just going to kind of place it on there. Take our measuring tape. I'll measure. I'm not really... I'm more of an eyeballer, but I'm learning from y'all that I need to measure more often. All right, we're going to do make today awesome. And then I will just do kind of a mix and match type of music, because I've got some music sheets. I've got the America music. I've got, which is the new one. That one ran out so quick. If you haven't gotten that one, you should. But a lot of these, this make today awesome. I actually have had this. This is, I think it was January's or December's club last year. And when it came out, I was like, I'm not so nuts about it. It wasn't my favorite. And now for a project like this, I think it's awesome. So I'm so glad. Like sometimes, most of the time, I love whatever the club transfer is. But this one I was pretty underwhelmed about. I was like, I don't know if I'll even use that. I made a couple of things with it for like my vision board. But other than that, I wasn't too excited. Didn't have a whole lot of ideas. So I kind of just skipped it. But now I'm so thankful I have this set. So you just never know. Sometimes it is what it is. All right. You guys know me. I get pretty into my work here. So I'm going to peel this one back really slowly. I want to make sure I got everything. Ink is permanent, especially once you heat set it. See, now this is looking a little thicker. So this might be what you're talking about. But if you've ever had a vinyl shirt, this is nothing stiff like a vinyl shirt. Hello, Marie. Good to see you. So this I'll just take under the water, regular room temperature, nothing fancy, and get it washed up. And then this, I will wait. Tomorrow, I will go ahead and put a piece of parchment paper over it. And on the hottest heat possible, I will go ahead and either iron it or use one of those heat, like the Cricut heat tools or whatever. I have an off-brand, works just perfectly. It's nice and small. I got it for Christmas. It was so fun. I was excited. My daughter surprised me. So what all did you guys do for Memorial Day? What did you do? Anything exciting or just like all the housework? I tell you what, this morning I kind of woke up like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. I got to do it. And then, I got home and went, the gardens are calling. The weeds are calling. All right, that looks awesome, I think. Make today awesome for A. All right, we got that. I have this one. Don't I like it. I would rather it say, I think we've had a different one that says practice makes progress. This is an older transfer, and when it came out again, I grabbed it. I could put these little notes all over. But I don't like practice makes perfect because I don't want my kids to think they have to be perfectionists. Nothing beautiful is ever, hey, just like my shirt says, nothing beautiful is ever perfect. A beautiful thing is never perfect, is what it says. And I love that. I love to tell my kids that. I actually have this on a sign in my studio because I like to tell kids, no, we aren't going for perfection. All right, so this is actually Oh Holy Night. Should I do them? And I'm going to do it minus the words so you don't know. If my student has learned anything, they would know that they could probably sit down and try to play it. This is what I'm going to do. And I think this time, last time I didn't tape this because you can't see very well. Oops, this is not tape. This is not tape. You can't see through it very well. So I'm going to tape where I'm ending here because I do not want to go beyond it. I did a little beyond. It's okay. We survived. So we were down in Missoula, Montana. I guess down. I don't know. You have to go up over a mountain pass. It is for a girl. Yes, it is for a girl. She said purple, but this is like the most purple I have. This is my purplest purple. It's called Fig, which is kind of a purple color. I had one of my boys say the pink was their favorite color, and I was like, is pink the color you will happily wear in clothes? Because I'd never seen him wear pink. Like, there are definitely some boys who like to wear pink, and that's okay if that's your style. Ooh, I guess I can go to here. That's fine. The cool thing about doing ink is, like, I'll do this line. You don't have to, like, hurry and get it peeled back like you do with chalk. It totally does not dry in the transfer and lift. It's totally fine. But I do not want to get Oh Holy Night. This is where I get messy. Look at it. It's all the way up. My little fig jar is getting, I think there is like a lavender color in the ink. I'm a little more slow to switch out colors in ink because my jars last so long. And sometimes, like, the reason I have fig is because that was the girliest color that I could get at the time. And for a long time, I didn't have any pinks whatsoever. I have a dark blue, and then the boy, that just got messy. This is where I start getting my fingers in. Let's take a peek. We don't have to peel it back like you do. Cute. Perfect. Nice. I think I'll do this next set too. Set of 3. Right here. No wordage. It's amazing how these transfers show so much detail. I mean, I know they're kind of like this one was a Oh Holy Night, and it's got Oh Holy Night to go over the music in the background, but I'm telling you, there's so much detail here. Like to me, a musician, the notes look correct, even though I know it's more of like a blueprint style of a transfer. I'm so impressed with the detail. If you were using a just a stencil where there's no fabric in between, it would not show up such good detail. So, although with all this detail, you kind of don't want it to, you don't want to rub too many different ways. All right, I'm going for this bottom bit too, as long as we're here. This one might go through, so I'm gonna not go real thick here. And this is okay, like if it doesn't turn out perfectly, because like I said, it's supposed to look like a blueprint. You know, like those old, like invention type blueprints that they used to make for everything. That's kind of what the idea is behind the musical instruments. And so that's the idea I'm using for this. It's just to kind of have like a musical blueprint type of thing. All right. To the edge. I think we're good to go. All right. Yeah, those others. Well, and you don't have to sit and hold them. Once you get them stuck down, for the most part, they're just there. All right, let's see how we did. I like how it gets like darker in places and lighter. What do you think? I love it. I think I might do just a tad going up here. Oh, not that. Just maybe just like 3 lines, just a little bit here. Maybe need to move this out to the edge so I don't go over. Those letters for sure will go through to the other side. All right. Get on there. Okay. I'm going to try to go a different angle, but I just need these 3 right here, and I'm only going to go to right here, to the is. Get that on there. Hello, Diana. Yes. We are, if you're just tuning in, say hello. That helps my small business. I know I was like kind of out over the weekend, but I was here on Thursday before we left. So my husband and I took the weekend off. We stayed in a 1976, I think it was 76, vintage Airstream. It was an Airbnb. You guys know how we are about Airstreams, right? Because I'm crafting in an Airstream. So it was kind of fun. We did stop at Missoula's big, they have an RV dealership there, and they were so busy they couldn't find a salesman to even take us. They tried to tell us, you can't just wander out there, people are driving forklifts. We're like, you don't even have enough people here to be driving a forklift. So anyway, we ended up wandering out there totally by ourselves, which was fine. I'm like, we're not buying an Airstream. We have 3 of them. We're not in the market. That all being said, we got out there and there was the trade-in lot, and lo and behold, there was a 1973 Airstream sitting out there. My husband's, and it was in beautiful condition for being such an old vehicle. And my husband's like, how much is this? Oh my gosh. So by that time, the salesman had found us on the trade-in lot. He found us. We were found out. Cute. I think that one works. All right, this I'm going to put back on here. So this was, as you can see, like a Oh Holy Night goes over the top of it, but this works out really nicely for I'm going to save this little piece of tape because once I get it in the sink, it makes a mess. So put that down there. And then I'm going to go back to that, big band. Try very hard not to get into everything. I'm just using all one color. It's easier. I'm trying to be random. Randomness is not easy. When you are like, everything needs to be centered. I'm telling you, randomness is not easy. All right. I think I'm going to do like a little, I don't know, something here. I do not, but they are out of Oregon, so they go through here a lot. I should be, but boy, they get really fancy. Ours are just kind of like in condition to go camping. We are campers. I'm thinking about taking these patent specifications and putting that right here. And I'm looking at this other one had some words. It says patent specs. That's okay. I'm going to put the longer one here. They're both patent specs. Since I've already used this one, and I'm just going to stick it right here in this space, right in the middle. So no, I haven't joined. We used to be part of the Airstream Club, actually, and they just don't meet in our area. The sisters on the fly, they do actually come to the little campground down in Whitebird, which is very close to us. But I don't tow by myself. That's my confession. And my husband even said he would take me down there. But then I like have all these excuses. Like, I don't tow, but also none of my campers are really decorated. They're like redone, but I haven't done like, they do the whole thing. They'll like have picnic baskets and the whole like 9 yards. Like we went down and looked at them one time because I was fascinated. They were just down the road, down the mountain from us for the weekend. And I think they actually camp down there for Memorial Day weekend, always. Like, it's their annual thing right in our area. Anyway, no, I don't. And they don't allow men. They don't allow men. So, and my man is the one who usually helps me tow. I could do it if I had to, but it's just not as much fun. He's even said he would tow it places for me if I wanted. There we go. Little specifications there. Put that back on the backing. It says patent specs. Patented February 8th, 1921. 24 design assembly. 25 international application part number. And then there's a number there. That didn't go down. All right, we're going to set. I think I will. We're not done. I'm going to do a figure. There's all these figures. This one has 1 through 5, and the other one has. I am steamy in here. I'm working hard. I'll put it right here underneath the. Don't want to get it on. Don't want to dry it. I know it's my downfall. Patience is not my thing. So you'll have to bear with me. Probably do what I say and not what I do. If you're worried about it, like getting goobered up and stuff and coming off, you should dry between applications here, but I'm not. Again, I'm getting my fingers all into this because my squeegee. How big is it? Is like a 17-foot hitch to bumper, the one I'm currently in. It's a little tiny one. And actually, kind of because it's a single axle, it makes it a little bit more difficult to tow. So I'm more afraid of like messing it up. So I would not want to. I could. My husband's totally for it. He's like, you could even do it as long as I could pull. I'd totally do it fine if I pulled it through did a pull through site. It would be fine. But I don't know. I'm chicken. I'd have to clean. You guys know how that is. I'd have to clean up everything and make sure it was all decorated. All right. So we have a figure. What do you think? I think I'm going to take some of these notes and put them around. Put them around. Oops. That was wet. I just got my finger into it. Let's get some water. All right, we're going to do a half note right here. It gets 2 beats. If you were wondering, give you the musical terms, learn a little today about music. Are you guys into music? Did you ever take music lessons? Perfect. That looks really good. Oh, cool, Rhonda. I love it. Yeah, so you know. Are you in the Sisters in the Fly? Yeah. Mine was a little bit like had to be redone. I'm reusing this one, so I'm just being a little more cautious when I'm laying it down. Of course, my finger goes into it. Oops, that actually did pretty well. Put that over here. Get that out of my way. Cute. Ours got redone because the floor went out of it right away. We had to shell it and redo the floor, and then, of course, like now I like it. My aunt had painted all the benches like baby robin's egg blue. Now I like it, but back when we got the camper, the Airstream, I didn't, so I did it all silver. I probably could do that again. I did all the curtains. They are, because this countertop, if you can see a little bit of my countertop, it's yellow. And so I did curtains to match. They're yellow, green, and orange. They're more of a 70s type of thing, but it works. It works. All right. Put a little 8th note here, which gets half a beat. These don't stick very well. They never have. I don't know. It's probably just like everything else where sometimes things don't always work out nicely. So these didn't have a great stickum, but they are working. I'll put a 8th note right there. She may not. I'm trying to think. I don't think this one has even learned what an 8th note is, but you can recognize it as a musical note, right? Everybody knows the one with the flag. She just won't know what it is yet. I don't have whole notes. They didn't get all the notes on this. There's a 16th note, which comes very late. I think that's filling it in. What do you think, Rhonda? Down. Oh, a U-Haul down, and I was kind of scared about it. It's actually not bad. Oh, good. Yeah, when we lived in Wisconsin, we went to Louisiana and picked it up from my uncle because my uncle had it. It was my little one. It was, I'm going to put this out here. Trying to make them look random. And these are not sticking great. So, tongue in cheek. Whew. I think this is looking cute, don't you guys? And there I did it. That was my fingers. I always have to do it once. If you catch it while it's still wet and use just water on it too, you can usually get it cleaned up. Ah, that one worked out way better than I thought. Okay, that's it. I think I'm done. I am completely done. I'm going to put the rest of this back in the jar. Yeah, so we used to be in the Airstream Club in Wisconsin. We tried it one year here, and it was kind of a fiasco because they don't have any up here. The nearest rallies, they don't do any rallies close by, so it would take us like 8 hours to get to the rallies, and it's too far. All right, I'm going to set this, set this aside so we don't make any more mess there. Fingers cleaned. Might take a new one because I need one anyway to get this little boo-boo I made. Always check your fingers before you touch it because, or your own clothes because, ask me how I know. Looks done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's cute. So what I had to go on is that she is a guitar player, so I don't have a guitar. I'm sad. They'll probably come out with one next month. They did, and I didn't get the one set that had like the record play. I think it had a tape deck on it. It was kind of like a retro theme thing. I didn't get that. So sometimes I just make do. There it is. It's got a pattern on it. It's got musical notes in all kinds of order. I think it looks done. Cute, cute. Never know. It's Oh Holy Night. So then you want to take this off. I think I'll give it a try on the next one. We're talking so nice here. I want to get the lettering done on the next one. Oops. We want to get this laid out nicely. And we also want to just take and get this cleaned off. You see, it went totally through, right? And you can use just water, no chemicals. This is reusable mat. It's a sticky mat, kind of like they use for Cricut. I suppose you could use the Cricut ones, but this will go over and over and over. It does get some discoloration, but you want to get the bulk of it off. Plus, we don't want it to go through. You can see like the black part is where it's like the sticky is kind of coming off. So it will wear it down by cleaning it. You could probably just leave it, but I think it also is going to get gunked up if you don't. So it's entirely up to you what you do with your own. I definitely kind of plan on replacing my mats on occasion. I probably do about 20, probably about 50 before I order the next one, just because I'm trying to make it go as long as I can. If you find something's really stuck on there, you see this one's pretty new, so it's still very sticky. All right, make sure my hands are clean. And then we need another bag. I don't know if I'll get any of the music stuff done, but I'm going to give it a start. I know sometimes cardboard does work, but it does work nicely to have the mat because it's sticky. So I think I have 4, but the other ones are really, really, really old. So don't be envious. They're really barely working. I gave my friend, when she came over to do some inking with me, I gave her my this good one because it was brand new. Whoops, that one we need to wash. And okay. Where in the world? I don't know where my other outside went, and I don't want to do. Okay. I don't want to do leaves, but I think I have one that I have to do green. She likes moss green, so maybe that's what we'll do, is start that one. I don't know that I've got everything to finish it, but we're going to start. It is a nice mat. I do enjoy it. So I'm going to move this kind of down a little. Maybe I should do the middle. I was going to eyeball it. Yes, Melanie, I do heat set it. I will wait. I usually wait 24 hours. I will be waiting until tomorrow afternoon, and I will heat set it with an iron with not parchment paper. Yeah, parchment paper. Not the one with the, not the freezer paper that will stick to it. Not the freezer paper. Don't do it. Use parchment paper on it, and then it's hot of heat for a few minutes. Okay, so I need an M. And I'm going to need green. We got here ST. There we go. There are squatty ones and skinny ones on this modern one. That one. That's going to be the one. Okay, we got it down. Now I just need to find green. She likes, I think, ooh, that's gray. She likes a moss green. I think she'll like this. This is pastel. I don't know if I have two or not. I did get a couple of inks in because I did see there's like wisteria, which I think is more like a purple. So that would have been a better purple. But yes, not wax paper, not freezer paper, only use parchment paper. I think this one's going to be really pretty. So we'll start with this one. Let's see. Here's some of my squeegees. Oh, I forgot. I stopped by, saw my daughter and my grandkids today. Saw the work they've been doing on their house this weekend, which was amazing. They just moved in last August, but it was his grandmother's house. So there was a lot of things in it that were not theirs and a lot of cleanup to do and stuff like that. You know, she had lived there a long time. I don't even know how long. But anyway. I'm hoping she'll, this one's an adult. An adult student. But she takes with her granddaughter. It's kind of their granddaughter grandma time. So it's kind of fun. They challenge each other, and then they do live farther apart from each other. And once a week, they do go once or twice a week. They'll go online and do like a FaceTime together and practice together their guitar. So it's kind of a fun thing. It makes me think every week, it's how soon should I go down and teach my granddaughter, hey Patty, teach my granddaughter how to play the piano probably, or ukulele or something. All right, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to dry it because this one actually looks pretty wet. Like that ink mat was out. Sometimes the inks go out too, and it's just, I don't know what it is like about the ink products. Maybe just don't have as much in the warehouse or whatever. I don't know, but don't panic if something isn't there. It should be there in the future, but I just want this to dry. This will probably heat set it, but we do go through and heat set it. Once we're done with the whole thing with an iron or with one of those Cricut type things. So put the letter on here. I wonder what I did with my, find the middle again, even though the M should look pretty straightforward, right? See how it lines up. The nice thing about these new transfers is you can see through them. There's like a dot in the top and the bottom. So this is really easy to line up here. I like that. I like it. Oops. I see it not completely down. Sometimes if you think there's like a little bubble, don't go towards the bubble, go away from, like don't smooth it out to the edge. Like, and I try to go like the same direction with all of it. I don't always succeed, but I try. Sometimes, it takes a little something extra to get it covering all the edges. But the reason for that is I like to get it, I don't like to get a bubble in the middle and then cause it to bleed underneath. Because if you push it out too much. Okay, here we go. Check the fingers. They're clear. Thought they were, but I thought, cute. I love it. All right. Keep in mind, this is an adult that's getting this one. So I'm kind of thinking about doing every dream. That's maybe not that one. What else do we got here? I don't know about this. The one saying I didn't like was stay golden. I'm not sure if I like that. It makes it sound like Golden Girls. You are enough. Choose to shine. Make it happen. Maybe I'll do that. Make it happen today for her. You guys need to help me. This is for an adult. I'm really pleased with how that M looks. All right, make it happen. Let's get it centered. I'll probably have to do make it happen today for her granddaughter too, because fair is fair, whatever grandma does. It's actually kind of fun. We do two of them together and they challenge each other, kind of keep each other accountable for practicing, which is nice. But they're both very busy. She works a full-time job here in town, so she just runs over at the end of work and does lessons together with her granddaughter. I think it's a great idea. Music is so great. So good for the soul anyway, but to do it with, have a meaningful experience with your grandmother or granddaughter, that is cool. So I've been thinking maybe my granddaughter's just going to be turned this next month 3 years old. So I think it's a little early and I hate to burn her out before she gets too old. All right, let's see how we did. Boy, I love those. I do love that. What do you think? Hey, Linda, good to see you. Back at the backpacks here. We got one done. I'm not going to be able to go very much further because wait, put that up. Because I used a different color ink, but I might. This is an old one too. This was a small A size transfer, and it has. Hello, Brenda. I'm just going to put it up here, across the top, and call it good. Not overthink about it. Not over worry. There's no. Oh, I put it upside down, you guys. I'm like, there's no treble clef or bass clef sign. It's on the wrong side. I did it upside down. Oh well, good thing I'm doing things randomly. That's as random as it gets. Upside down. Oh boy. I hope she gets the randomness of it. Oh, she may not notice. Oh shoot. That one got kind of blurry. That one went too far. I guess you can't really tell it's. I'm going to wipe the back of that off and try it again because it got kind of smeared together. It's one of our older transfers. You could tell the difference between our older ones and our newer ones. Because I'm switching colors, I'll have to go and wash everything. Get it done. We won't be able to. This one, she was very specific. She wanted sage green. Thankfully, I knew that I had a sage green color. All right. Take 2. Right side up this time. Hopefully she doesn't notice. Maybe for the adult, This is mostly like these are kind of like a cinch drawstring backpack type of thing, but I mostly would like it for their because they bring in their music books every week along with their binder, and I needed it big enough for the binder. And also I have right. I'm intending for it to be upside down with no treble clef. All right. Keep in mind that one is not very clear, so we won't be using that one probably again. We might be as far as we can, except for I'm going to do this pattern up here. I don't know. I think patents kind of look nice. The up and down way. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I'm just. It's hard to be random. Do you guys find it hard to be random, or is that something that you can easily do? I definitely am not good at doing random. I am seeing little white specks in this, and now I was thinking it was like not going through, but I think actually my daughter must have, because she does a lot of the inks with her flannels. I'm betting she got some white or dune in there. All right, that one. I think it's just this green is a lot more, this pesto color is a lot more wet. I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to put figure 6 down here, so that's done. Doesn't matter the number. The first one I did, she has made it to 65 pieces she's passed. These I don't know because they didn't bring their binders back so I could track for them how many they've passed this year. So anyway, on hers I put figure 65 so she kind of remembered that it was just a little memento of her year and her accomplishment. So yeah, usually I give like a regular size candy bar to everybody at the end of the year. And if you did the 40 pieces in the year that you checked it off, then you get the symphony bar as the big prize. But this year I'm just doing backpacks for everybody. I have 2 actually that have completed. All right, I think we're done with this one because I'm out of music stuff. So I'll have to come back to this because I want to do a little bit, I think, where do you guys think? I'm thinking like maybe a little bit down here. I need to wash it though. So I'll hold this up for you to see, and I am at a pause, so I will be letting go. I appreciate you sticking in it for all this time. I just stuck my hand in. This one is very wet. That could be the other thing if your paste or what do you guys think? I'll maybe put a couple of bars here and then some down here. And then, the notes. I'll put a couple of notes here and there just to fill it in. What do you guys think? Good? Yes? Yay? Nay? I will. Oh, yeah, use some notes for sure. Those 2 I have in a different color, so I have to wait. But I'll come back to this. Isn't that cute? I think it's totally cute. Right? This one, I can already tell it's gone through a lot. So I'm going to take this out very carefully. Try not to smear it. There is that. Get this off to the side. And this, we want to, not touch. But we want to get this off because this is pretty thick on here. Thick as thieves, right? Just, these are wipes. My wipes don't have any chemical on them. They're just the sensitive skin, no chemicals, kind of no fragrance, all that kind of stuff. Because I can't, like a lot of people, you can use Lysol wipes on your transfers to clean them. I cannot because I'm allergic to Lysol. So I'm allergic to bleach. So I have to use things that are not as thick with chemicals. And so I use the very, the sensitive skin baby wipes, and they work pretty good. Obviously, they're not as good as a Lysol wipe on cleaning things up, but they're pretty good. And then I'm just going to always keep your packaging for these ink mats because you want to put them back in to kind of seal in that stickiness. They have water. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm using. They're kind of like a water wipe. Actually, I've been using so much lately, I went to using the Kirkland brand, the Costco brand. Sorry for that noise. That was very noisy. Okay, so there are two. We've got the green one with the M. This one is complete, so I'll be just waiting for this to dry. So I've got the first and second lessons, and then, yeah, first, second, and third, half of the third lesson tomorrow night. So I just have two more to do. Isn't it cute? I think it's going to be cute. I just want it to feel special to see their name. Yes, these are the ones I get. These are fragrance free. They're not the water wipes. The water wipes are kind of expensive. So these came in a case at Costco, but they're pretty. There's hardly anything in them. Purified. Oh, it's made with purified water and ultra soft plant-based fibers. So they are water-based. These are Kirkland. I get the big case because I've been using them a lot lately. So, but thank you so much for joining me this evening. If there's anything you have questions about, if you'd like the information on how to do this project, put bags for the bags, and I will get you the link that I purchased from. I don't make anything from Amazon whatsoever. If you'd like to buy from my website, just put shop down below, and I will help you with that. And or any other questions. I love to answer questions, like to help you with your craft. Even if you want to throw something by me and ask for advice, I love to give out advice, especially about crafting. So I thank you all. I hope you have a very blessed evening and keep on crafting.